Russia-Ukraine war. Russian missile strike kills one in Odessa, damages cathedral. A Russian missile strike has killed one person and injured 5 others in the Ukrainian city of Odessa. The strike also damaged a cathedral and a residential building. The Guardian. Wildfire on Greek island of Rhodes forces evacuations. A wildfire on the Greek island of Rhodes has forced the evacuation of thousands of people. The fire has destroyed homes and businesses, and is still burning out of control. BBC News. Spanish election. Right-wing party leads in polls ahead of vote. The right-wing Popular Party (PP) is leading in the polls ahead of the Spanish general election on Sunday. The PP is hoping to return to power after being ousted from government in 2018. The Telegraph. Israel's Netanyahu hospitalized for pacemaker. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been hospitalized for a pacemaker. Netanyahu, who is 72, is expected to remain in the hospital for a few days. The Times of Israel. Thousands of penguins wash up dead on Uruguay coast. Thousands of penguins have washed up dead on the coast of Uruguay. The cause of the deaths is not yet known, but officials believe it may be due to a toxic algae bloom. The Associated Press. Pakistan to privatize Islamabad airport for 15 years. The Pakistani government has announced plans to privatize Islamabad airport for 15 years. The move is part of the government's efforts to attract foreign investment and improve the country's infrastructure. Dawn. Thousands of Muslims take to the streets to protest Quran desecration in Sweden. Thousands of Muslims have taken to the streets in several countries to protest the desecration of the Quran in Sweden. The protests have been largely peaceful, but there have been some reports of violence. Aljazeera. U.S. sisters sue funeral home for burying stranger in their father's grave. 2 sisters in the U.S. are suing a funeral home after they discovered that a stranger had been buried in their father's grave. The sisters say they were never told that the body in the grave was not their father's. The Washington Post. Man dies in Death Valley hours after being interviewed about extreme heat. A man has died in Death Valley, California, just hours after being interviewed about the extreme heat in the area. The man's body was found in his car, which was parked in a parking lot. The Los Angeles Times. Iran bans film festival over poster of actress without headscarf. Iran has banned a film festival after the organizers released a poster featuring an actress without a headscarf. The poster was deemed to be in violation of Islamic values. The Guardian.